Jake stood at the side of the ship, looking out at the endless miles of ocean around him. It had been 6 weeks since they'd left port. 6 weeks since he'd felt solid ground beneath his feet. 6 weeks since he'd last seen a woman. Food and fresh water were starting to run low, even though the captain had imposed strict controls on their consumption. He'd be damned for them wandering in the middle of the ocean with no water, no food, and no women, far from land. God, he'd give anything to get home with a couple gold pieces in his pocket. He'd have gone straight to a tavern with a bunch of pretty girls and longtime buddies for a couple of cold beers. Now, all he could do was reminisce about those fun times. What a fool he'd been to call those guys from the harbor gang names. And now, fearing their revenge, sails the vast ocean with no hope of returning home. Suddenly, he sees something, a fleeting movement under the water. Something down there, something big. He reached for his harpoon, hoping for a fish. He stood like that for a while, watching the water. Suddenly, above the surface of the waves, a long, slender body with golden hair on its head appeared. Jake dropped the harpoon in surprise as he saw the human face of a beautiful woman. She swam easily alongside the ship. He vaguely realized that she had a large fishtail instead of legs. Most of Jake's attention was on her naked breasts. She waved a finger at him, and he quickly jumped over the side and swam toward her. His rough work clothes made it hard for him to swim. The mermaid swam out in front of him, hugged him, and kissed him, and Jake responded passionately. Even in his wet clothes, Jake could feel her firm breasts. She hugged him even tighter and pressed her whole body against him. They began to sink deeper before Jake realized it. He struggled to free himself from her embrace, but it was in vain. The light began to fade, and he saw a large mouth full of sharp, shark-like teeth in front of him. They sank into his chin, tearing the flesh from his skull. The last thing he heard was the crunch of jaws gnawing at his facial bones.